Hey, greetings. We're live. We're just hanging out. I had, I got some stuff done that I wanted to get done with regards to um, tweaking the cards in my Dragons Down variant, and I was just like, I want to play some Path of Exile, and it's gonna be miserable. And what do we got here? Oh, okay. Hi. Warning: NVIDIA broadcast does not love what I'm doing here, does it? Okay. Well, maybe this is going to be cut short. Why is that NVIDIA broadcast? Why are you griping? Why? Okay. Why are there? There we go. Okay. So noise removal works. Okay. All right. There you go. Technical issues done. I'm going to turn desktop audio down because it's not really not really the champ here. It's going to be a lot of spark. It's going to be a lot of that. That's going to be the audio for the most part. I mean, if you just want to hear that and me grunt occasionally, we're all in. But other than that, so yeah, so this is Syl. She's 91 or something. She's not. I mean, she's fine. I'm doing fine. I switched out I switched out. I was using Arc. I switched out to Spark because there's literally no good reason not to use Spark if, really. It just goes farther. It's just generally better. I do need to try to whip out like a 5 slot Spark to be a little bit better. What's up, man? Hey, how are you? So I'm gonna run a map or two. Actually, let's see what map do I want to run? Oh, the Valve Factory. I hate. By the way, I hate Valve Factory. There's. I'm gonna do it on a shitty map, a shitty stone here because I just don't love it. But I am gonna. I just can't help myself. I am gonna at least pump a modifier or two in here. Yeah, I don't care about flash charges really. I don't really care even about bleed on hit. I mean, 75, 8% monster life sort of blows, but sure. All right. Yes, sure. That's what we're running with. Yeah, I actually tried this map and died on it. Just something stupid. I don't even know what I. And I am so believe me, this is going to be the most boring Path of Exile play ever. I drop that and then nuke the ground, and I sort of slow walk forward, doing that as much as possible. Or I just charge ahead and hope for the best, which also works in some reasonable percentage of the time. That works. The only problem I have, I do not yet. Somehow my that guy's behind me. That's the problem. My sustain sort of still sucks. Um, yeah, and so I could really use. I could really use about 1,000 more mana. Is what I could use. I mean, I didn't think my mana was that bad in terms of the regeneration. I do 800 a second. Oh, there we go. We're getting tagged by Chaos Guy. Nope, didn't see. There we go. Okay. Oh, I don't. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that. What is that? Hey, what's up, man? Oh yeah, how are you doing, Rob? I have another. I queued up another Dragon's Down game, but I didn't start it. So we'll start that this week, I think. Try again, right? I tweaked a couple of the tweaked some of the quests up a little bit. Try to put at least 2 victory points on sort of the more onerous ones. High GPU load. Really? What? Maybe it doesn't like OBS? Let's minimize OBS. I don't think that's gonna matter. Are we hot? I don't know. I have to. This is the most that my computer has ever complained. You play them so fast, need to rewatch a couple times. Well, if it was slower, I couldn't manage. Like I would get so bored. I mean, I think they're slow as it is. If that. Okay, yeah, I don't like being up here. Yeah, there's a lot of dudes all of a sudden. There we go. There we go. Cleared it out. Oh, I don't want to get hit by. I like getting hit by the big ice disc of the frisbee. Ice frisbee sucks. So I'm way better at ice frisbee than I was because I finally got my resistances to where they needed to be. But yeah, ice frisbee would freeze the shit out of me, and that would suck typically. Well, it's all good, Rob. We will. I mean, you know, there'll be another game out there probably. Maybe this week, maybe. But I need something. I got to figure out a new series to do, or figure out if I just want to continue Kingdom Come Deliverance. My only problem playing KCD on stream is that it's a slow game, in my opinion. Like, there's a lot of running around and so on. So I might just play that on video where I can pause and stuff. So, oh, I don't like those guys either. Oh, there's another one of you. There we go. We always put the orb. We'll put the orb down if we have someone that we're annoyed at reaching. And typically, the typical thing is just to spark the shit out of the floor. And then occasionally we will. Oop. Oh shit, I don't like whatever that is. That's a dude. And then occasionally, for instance, in that case, we'll use Arc to get up there and nuke those guys. And Arc has 80,000 DPS, which isn't like insane, of course, I know. And Spark is at 40k right now. And I don't use anything else really except for the curse occasionally. I do curse dudes. I use a lot of orb because I have the mana font on orb, so that sort of gives me a little bit more recovery. I use a lot of stupid spark, and I occasionally use arc when I need. Like typically, I find the boss kills go faster with arc. If you search YouTube and watch other people play those games, it'd be blatantly apparent what I mean about speed. Oh, jeez, I have to go watch now. I have to go find more folks playing them. Yeah, let's pick up this stuff. Solar Amulet. And superior crap is always good to grab. But I figured I would hang and chat, and while while I am sucking at Path of Exile, people can make fun of me. and there you go, and here we are. I don't think anything's in here. Oh, there's a guy in here. That's cool. That guy's chasing me. How far will he chase me? Oh, not far enough. Oh, you're welcome, Rob. I will. I don't know. What is? Jeez, oh man, what is going on? Let me do. So there's that, but bust out some 2600 emulations for stream. Wow. I'm just gonna close. I'm gonna close a couple things for it. I mean, we're not stuttering. It's not dying. I think we're fine. I think we're fine, machine. I think we're fine. 2600 emulations. That's actually that would be amazing. That would be stupid amazing. Oh my gosh. Oh, hey, there's a guy here. Yeah, I do have a 2600 actually sitting up. I've put it on my TV. It looks like shit on the big TVs. Oh, it's ridiculously bad. Ridiculously bad. Oops. I get caught by those an embarrassing amount of times. I'll take the Hunter Hood since it's tier 4, but I don't know. And Altar Robes suck. Like for me, I don't need an Altar Robe. I picked them up because it says robe, and my brain goes, "Oh, you want that?" And the answer is, you do not want that. But yeah, 20. Oh yeah, I have my old 2600, and a reasonable amount of games actually. You'd resigned yourself to playing Star Raiders, and then COH got jailbroke. That's hilarious. That's awesome. Star Raiders was such a good game too. I am always amazed, by the way, at what ultimately folks could do on that platform. So yeah, it seems I'm playing in windowed mode, which might be part of the problem, and then I'm playing in windowed mode because it helps me fit the resolution that YouTube wants. I hate those little guys that roll past you really fast, and then they hook you with a goofy chain thing. And then the chain bugs out and it's following you forever. I mean, they don't do that anymore, actually. They did, I think, fix that at some point. I'll take a belt. Actually, I think belt is one of my worst slots right now. I love Star Raiders was such a good game. Oh my god, it was such a good game. And I said, I was always amazed at what they could ultimately do on that platform. Now, because those cartridges were effectively 4K of RAM. Now, they did stuff like... I'm going to take a focus. Because you never know. And where's this door? This door is here. Oh, shit. I got a little stunned. Yep. No, I don't like that. That is not cool. Stop it. There we go. That was not okay. It was not okay what you did there. I'll take the focus that... Shit. Regal Orb. I'll take the, I'm full of shit. Flexing the new PC joke. Oh, does it look good? I don't even know, but yeah, I'm pretty pretty happy with it. I would love one of those belts, but they cost like $1 billion, and I'm not quite. I don't need that coat. And I will take instead the Hexer's robe because I do want that. Okay. Are we complete with the map? We are. We have. Oop, there are monsters to kill, but we have the map done. Now, I suppose I am. I suppose worried about anything. I'm worried about how it sounds since I'm not running the noise. I have like noise echo removal on. Is there anything else? Do I really need to kill 50 more creatures or do I just get out of dodge? Oh, there they are. There's a couple of you at least. But I do appreciate the do appreciate that you appreciate the new PC. It has been working out pretty good. Funny part, I tried to play Avowed because I thought, well, it might be fun to show people Avowed. And I can't play it. Well, right now I cannot play Avowed because it has some kind of crash on startup problem. People think it might be related to Intel 13th, 14th gen i-series, which tracks because that damn set of chips has been a problem, and that is what the machine has in it. Oh, thawing charm. That's pointless. Okay. I think we're good. I think we're good. I think we've done this room, this dungeon. There's 15 monsters left. We'll let those guys live. Those guys make it out of the massacre of 2025. And let's see what crap we got. 57 energy shield. So that's crap. I mean, we might keep it to reforge it or whatever, or maybe put an extra thing in it. That's crap. A, because the rolls aren't great. Although chaos resistance doesn't suck. But we need plus to spell levels. That's the only way we're going to switch. So we would swap out if we found a good focus and a good wand. And what I need is plus 2 spell levels, pretty much, typically. And that's what I would assume would be a good enough wand to switch. We do actually have a good focus here, plus 2 levels to all spell skills. I mean, this focus isn't burning anything up, especially with that 15% reduced attribute requirements, which is just gross. But its other stats actually don't suck. And if we could find a plus 5 wand, then the plus 2 spell skills would be what I need. Currently, I'm running this staff, which no one runs staff. They run typically wand and focus because you get more stats. The reason I'm running staff is it's plus 7 to lightning skills, and that plus 7 really is the difference in the DPS calculations. Now, I don't know how good these DPS calculations are. Like, I don't know if it actually knows what to do. So everything I can burn, we burn for armor scraps. An amulet. So I'm going to put that in my little amulet bucket. Avowed is not really a good game. I can play, Michael says, Cannot play a dumb character's -1 intelligence. Not only that, Eclipse MMO cell phone game. I'll tell you what I played for a little bit. Wizardry Variants Daphne on phones. It's a gotcha game. As it's Wizardry as a gotcha game. So you go into dungeons, you get equipment, and so on, right? And then you draw randomly for what that equipment might be, or you draw randomly. Like, you don't get like swords, you get level 1 junk or beginner's junk or weapon junk, and then that's the gotcha mechanic. Also, you can draw for characters to fill out your party, which is sort of fun. So yeah, okay. So let's look at. So I'm gonna put this in the things I need to reforge. That's a level 79 robe. I hate to mix that with something not level 79. That belt is pointless. So that robe can go there. Let's just put this here for now. Sorry, you're not watching me inventory manage. I apologize. I'm going to disenchant that just to get some chance crap. And let's just sell the rest and be done. Oh, we can get to the tower. So that's good. The tower's pretty trivial. What we want to do with the tower is we just want to get through it as fast as possible and put a stone in it. So we'll do like a level 13 map, and we won't really worry about it. Sure, you know what we're going to do? We're going to put in the ugly 13 map. Why? Because I'm an idiot. -14 resistances. Ugh, that's a bad map. Like, you should just throw that away, in my opinion. But or reforge it is what you would do. We're gonna run it because I'm here, and like I said, I'm a dummy. And the actual so here's the thing. Said I was running an arc. All arc before. And throughout the entire campaign, I ran arc as my main skill. And I used a bunch of other skills to sort of help me sort of manage. Like I had... Oop, he's reflecting. I had some frost wall action going on. Right, so I could do that. And it was pretty cool. Of course, running orb. The problem is, and I think this is a huge flaw in Path of Exile's power design. There's no good reason to not run Spark, because Spark can hit things that you can't see. Like, it is the best offensive and defensive option 9 times out of 10. Like, for instance, that. Like, it just hits such a wide area and kills such a good amount of things. Let's let the ice death. I do get hit by ground shit a lot because I'm impatient. But yeah, I mean, you know, you can, yeah, it's, so I think I'm more optimal now than I ever have been in my Path of Exile gameplay, and also the most bored. Like, and I'm still playing it because it's such a good slot machine Skinner box. But I'm guessing there's an endpoint to that too. Like, at some point you're like, yeah, I found all the stuff. My build's as good as it's going to get for the most part. There we go. And that's what I mean by we wouldn't just want to get this one done as fast as possible. We got a Tiara. I am going to... yeah, life regen a second does not interest me. 19... Wow, that is a shit... Those are shit draws right there. We'll put that in the reforge bucket. The problem is... I really need... Like, I have this good items bucket, which really should just go... Like, they're really not all good items. I mean, they're just really not. Although that staff is not bad. And that ring doesn't... Like, there are some good items in here. Yeah, it does not like... It doesn't like me hitting alt either. Like, it gets all fussy. Yeah, see, that's good because that's a good tier 11. But yeah, so maybe I need to just clear that out and use that for a bunch of random stuff because I have a lot of just rando gear that I need to sort of sort through. Speaking of, so I think we're going to irradiate this thing, so we need to find one that's 10 maps. I thought I saw 11 maps somewhere, and I need to organize this crap, too. That's 10 maps. That's Expedition. Put that up there. I'm sort of vaguely sorting them as I go. So let's go here and here. I don't actually... So a lot of these modifiers are garbage. Like, I don't care if there's a shrine on my map, 9 times out of 10. So currency, we're going to make this one magic. Oh, increase gold. 13% to contain an essence. 6 experience. 6% experience would be fine if it wasn't 6%. Let's do 9 maps, but the quantity of items is upped. Like 16% quantity, and we can even put another affix onto it. And more waystones. Sure. So there we go. We've irradiated some maps. There should be a couple maps that might be cool to get into. We could do a breach for fun. I wish I were better at breach. I sort of suck at breach. I'm somehow not... I suck at everything. In this game. Oh, such great damage. Plus burning ground. Oh, God, I hate burning ground, too. Okay, sure. Sure. Oh, good. Rarity. Rarity, good. Ooh, rarity, good. Because I need rarity. I'm actually... You know what? I am... maybe I don't even... Maybe, do you corrupt it? Do you always corrupt it? I don't know. I wish I wish I knew more. I'm going to do this breach. What level monster? 79. That sort of sucks. Let's we do want to corrupt that. Give me that. Give me a vow. Yeah, tier 16. That's what we needed. Let's go for it. So now we're gonna do this simple breach as a tier 16. So it's gonna be level 80 monsters. I should be okay. But I can die to breaches if I blow myself through my mana or do something stupid or get trapped, essentially. The general monsters I'm not concerned about. It just comes down to the breach. I don't... Yeah. So we're going to walk around here. We're going to find the breach first. Yeah, it's going to bitch. And in a minute, it's going to bitch about the GPU again. Yeah, as soon as I hit Alt. Zap, mostly away, but wanted to say hi. Hey, man, how are you? How you doing? Yeah, this has become like those COH builds where you don't really have to do anything. You just have to vaguely pay to not be asleep, and it's mostly okay, I think. Hey, what's up, Hop? How are you? Oh, there we go. So what do we got? We'll take the Waystone. I'm not going to take the Superior... Armor I would take. Superior Armor. I need that armor scrap. But I don't care about Whetstones. Taking a few too many hits as a spark sorceress with so I have about 4,000 mana, which is okay. Regen is about 750. Second, obviously no energy shield since that's all being plowed into mana. And all my damage gets taken off of mana first. So I have a single pool of health, which is also my mana pool. Some days that sucks. But it has mostly been more efficient, of course, because we're running all the cheesy shit, right? We're running the Archmage, we're running... Why is it Archangel but Archmage? That's my question. You know, all the passives that give me plus to damage based on how much mana I have. Archmage does that too. I have another one which is, you know, a bonus to damage based on... Oh, I don't like the guy dropping lightning, though. That's a little bit of a pain in the ass. Based on intelligence, and I'm trying to push all in int, right? That whole thing. So it's that build. It is glass cannon, but typically nothing's going to get close enough. Bosses can be trouble. Like the big bosses. Not a map boss. Like a map boss usually is not an issue. But like the story bosses can be an issue if they have enough hit points. Like I've not killed the final guy or the... Right. So yeah. So, how's it going, Hop? There's a staff. Sure. We'll take a staff. Probably to go into the Reforged bucket. And the problem with stuff like staff is the staff's decent. So unfortunately, the chance to get a better staff, I just have to go trade, pretty much. Like, there's no good way.
A rare treasure.
I'll take most of that shit. Yep. unset ring tier 2. I think unset rings aren't super great, but since the extra skill slot is sort of pointless because you use like I use 2 of my skills on a given day. We're using 2 skills. So it does seem a tiny bit pointless. What's up, Scott? We are hanging out. Chatting as I suck at games. Oh, Path of Dodge Roll is fun. I did not read yours. I missed it, actually. I totally missed it when Hoppy showed up. Hoppy put any thoughts of you out of my mind. So I apologize for that. I am missing Pantheon. Yes, I am missing it. I am totally missing it. I cannot express to you the sadness I feel each day when I do not boot Pantheon up. I can't express it. Okay, so we're gonna kill this last guy, I think, and then go try the breach. Okay, he is dead, and he is dead. So, okay, so I think I went ahead. Oops, whoop. I think that I mean, I don't think it matters per se. I think I went ahead. I'm gonna head north and east, and we're just gonna try the breach that direction. I'm terrible at breach. I never do enough. Or I get gang tackled, or I run into like an honest to God like obstacle and die because I can't move because I'm a dummy. Yeah, or like that. I could really use some mana. That's the problem I'm having right at the moment. Oh, I'm caught on something. I'm caught on terrain. Jesus Christ, I'm gonna die. I wasn't sure. Something was hitting me, and that sucked. I could really use more mana, guys. Mana. There we go. Oh, we're stuck in a little cubby. God damn it. Okay, go, go, go. Okay, and that's how breach goes. I panic, and it goes like that. All right, let's go get all the interesting things, which is gonna suck a little bit because again, it's bitching at me because I'm in windowed mode. I will click on the things. How's that? There we go.
Garukan favors me.
Let's go this way. I mean, Skyrim is just such a good, right? Skyrim is just such a good standard standby. I need to actually just go and look at. I just need to go and look at all the mod packs again and see what the hell's out there. Why is your energy shield 0 is the best thing to layer on your character to survive. I'm on a loop since early January. My energy shield is 0 because I turned it all into mana. And then I take all my damage off of mana first. So I have 5,200 hit points, which is 4,000 of that's mana, right? So that's sort of where I'm going. I'm doing sort of, you know, glass cannon, good luck build there. Which doesn't work out too bad because Spark is sort of dumb in how that works. Oops, why do I have boots in my essence? I accidentally picked up a belt. Got a shitty staff. I mean, it's fun. It's a reasonably fun build. So that ring is sort of This is not terrible. It's sort of mediocre ultimately because it doesn't have anything actually great, but it has tier 8, tier 6, tier 7. So it's not. There's no duds in its in its. I don't really. Jade amulets are mostly garbage for me. We did get a breach tablet, which is sort of cool. No, that's bosses. Breaches are there. I do think we pop that ring down here. Everything else just gets dumped.
Hello. LBU.
Yeah, we're slowly chugging. And of course, I have the problem that if I put my mouse too close to the bottom because we're playing on Windows 11, it pops the taskbar up because I can't move my taskbar. I will bitch about that until forever. I hate that. I find both POE and Pantheon to be stressful. I've been stressed since January, work mainly. I'm sad to hear that you are stressed at work. That sucks. But yes, I would definitely concede where Path of Exile ends up being stressful. Absolutely. I feel that as well. It's fairly stressful game. So here's an irradiated breach map. Here's just a normal breach map. So we're gonna do this one again. So because again, it's light and easy. I don't think I got that much out of the other breach. And I don't. Let's not do minus resistance. That really feels like it sucks. Rare monsters, extra chaos sounds like a bad idea. Since my chaos resistance is awful, I'll take a cheesy level. We're gonna totally downgrade. Well, we got extra damage for monsters, so that gives them at least and minus 12 resistances. Ugh, that doesn't seem good. That seems bad. I'll put you back. Extra damage is chaos. Doesn't feel great. There you go. We'll take an easy level 14 map. Players have 60% less recovery of life and energy shield. Well, I don't have an energy shield, so haha. And we'll do this breach, and we'll do, like I said, it'll be should be easy-ish at level 78. And I'm just trying to kill more stuff in the breach. Oh, this is a bad map for it. Jeez. Okay, because you're all bunged up in these little. Yeah, I am. I think I'm coming to an end with Path of Exile 2. Like, I think I might be done. I finally sucked it up. I went out. I started talking, and I started trading with a few folks and using the trade site. And the like an overlay to help me with price checks and all that to search, you know. So I did that. I bought a couple items. I switched out of Arc primarily to using Spark. Because Spark is just so much more defensive. Oh, hey, that is sweet. So much more defensive on its own, like without me doing anything. The fact that I'm running Spark and Spark travels all over the place and kills things that I'm not even looking at really made a lot of my other, you know, defensive options not relevant. Now, I could obviously go and try to stack more energy shield, but I don't actually think that would help. Oops. So anyway, but having said that, once I did all that, I just found that, well, it's not really as exciting anymore. it's sort of a rote, right? Do I want to? Sure. Well, I tell you what. I'll just put a couple. Here, I'll put some crap in there, but I'm not gonna put a bunch of orbs in that because the lock boxes always have shit. Actually, I've never seen one that had anything I wanted. I mean, sure. Maybe I'll roll that focus when I get home. Cool, I never got past Act 1, but I got 8 characters to write before the last boss. Never did it because the stress levels were high. It will hopefully work will calm down at some point, and then you can still never play PoE because it probably still stress you out. Because it doesn't get any less stressful. There we go. I mean, having said that, unless you totally kick the hell out of like a Spark build, in which case I would argue it becomes a little less stressful, but not like the big boss battles and stuff. They are still a little bit dicey, in my opinion. And things like Breach are still. Oh yeah, when they fire like the lightning, that sucks a little bit. Let's go hunt down all the bosses here. I'll return to it. I bought the ultimate pack. The hoodie is dope. Yeah, is that a real live hoodie or is that a like a some kind of? That would be cool. I want a Path of Exile 2 hoodie. It has made me want to try PoE1 again, if that makes any sense. Which I've mostly bounced off of in all the times I've played it, but it makes me want to go back. Although I don't know what the future is for PoE1, if I'm to be honest. Like, are they... So I'm going to leave that go until we see the map, right? Because... Oop, I don't want to be on top of this guy. That is never a good idea. Yeah, we'll see. I did play Diablo 4 years back when it was new, before I finished the game in normal. It's a real hoodie, high quality. Oh, that actually sounds awesome. I'm a little jealous, but I wasn't gonna buy the ultimate edition to do a hoodie. But having said that, now that you have a hoodie, it's pretty cool. So, God, okay, so hold on. Oops, wrong button. Okay, I hate that I can't say. I understand why this is not opaque. I'm gonna. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna run back and do breach because otherwise I'm running all the way down to the bottom right corner of the map and then all the way to the top left corner of the map, and that sounds not like a good use of time. And for breach, we will try to travel west to east and north to south, pretty much, as best we can. So, all right. So you just got to keep up with the edge as best you can. And go back and forth a little bit, like that's what they tell you to do, right? To get as many monsters, because the monsters are coming at the edge. And if you're not killing fast enough, it is going to close. And let's try as best we can to get moving. Now, see, this is where it's going to close a little. This is where it's risky because I'm stuck in this one spot on the circle. Yeah, I'm dead. I'm dead. Yeah, I should, God damn it. Again, and that's why I suck at breach, because I'm just not... I need to path it better, I think. Having said that, we did get a couple items, I thought, which were okay. We got a breach ring, that's nice. We did get a bunch of splinters, which is okay. What's the ring look like? 8% increased cold damage. That's awful. Having said that, we can put shit on it, so there is that. Let's hit town up to drop shit off, and then we'll come back in. I can expect you to just buy the hoodie. Well, maybe I will. But yeah. Yeah, I'm sure they offer it somewhere, right? Because, yeah, why wouldn't they? All right, let's stash all of the Orby bits. Put that aside for now. I'm dumping all the breach crap in my delirium tab, which is not really where it goes, but so be it. And runes go into rune tab. And then this stuff for now, we'll put it in don't know. And now we're going to head back, kill those bosses, finish this map. Okay, gotta go. Thanks for sharing. Wish you all the best. Great week. Remember, be thankful for being okay. Yeah, I hear you. My wife is very concerned just because of all the goings on, and and again, she's sort of worried about, her job and science funding and so on. So yeah, I get it. Right now, we are just slogging along, hoping that everything will mostly be okay as we try to dismantle the universe. I'm not going to pick up all those waystones. I'm glad they made a waystone tab. I hate the fact that I'm picking up like tier 5 waystones, which are so useless. which don't do any good to anybody. So I think we've cleared this map. It is complete. There's 50 monsters somewhere. We're gonna kill whoever's... is there anything? Yeah, we're gonna kill whoever's around this corner. Haha! It's just some pots. We killed those pots. Those pots got wrecked. I will hang in there, Rob. Thank you. That's an altar robe. Oh, it's advanced. I don't want any advanced crap. We're just going to ditch that. Bloodstone Amulet. We'll just put it in the amulets bucket for now.
Hello.
Go down here. Sell the shit out of that. Like and subscribe. Indeed. I mean, not that this is scintillating content. I get it. This is literally spur of the moment. I'll jump on while I mindlessly plow through Path of Exile maps. So I'm going to do this other sort of lame, quote unquote, lame breach. Just because there's nothing, there's nothing going on there. And again, I would love a cheese. Let's do a cheesy map. I'll just do this cheesy map. We'll get more rarity, which maybe gives me like rings. It's a blue map. I'm almost embarrassed, but that's okay. We're gonna do that. We're gonna get a little bit of rarity. Right. I get caught by the weird lightning ghosts. Way more often than I like to admit. A covetous shrine. I don't know what the covetous shrine does. But I hate is it that shrine is the one that does the stupid thing where it turns everything to gold so you don't get any drops anymore for 2 minutes or whatever? I don't like that shrine. That's a dumb shrine. Let's take... Oh, whoops, something's hitting me. Oh, it's that little guy. That's funny. Okay, so we're going to take that. We're going to go around the breach and clear this out a little bit. And we got to get a lay of the map so that we can know... We can plan how to run for the breach. And I think that is okay. Delirium is a similar thing where you're... But you should not... I don't think you run it ahead of time. I think you want all those monsters in the map to up your kill count in Delirium. In Breach, I think you can clear it, and it's okay, because only the monsters in Delirium or in the Breach matter to the Breach mechanic. And though I probably won't, unless I'm wrong. And please, someone tell me if I'm wrong. If you know better, I would love. Have I? I would love for someone better at this game than me to tell me what I'm doing wrong. Hey, buddy, what's up? Oh no, I don't think so. Let's just kill you. So I think I already saw one of those levers, right? I think I need to pull the other lever. Someone's talking about... Oh yeah, that's not a terrible ring. A lot of mana in there. Increase rarity. Increase mana regenerate. See, even without lightning damage, that's a pretty nice ring. Like, my rings aren't necessarily any better than that. Hey, you want to give it to me, man? 127 increased mana regeneration rate is freaking amazing. But I won't, I have no idea what that ring is actually worth, so I will not. I should have offered him like a div. I'll give you a div for it. Because just the mana regen alone would be worth it for me. I'm going to roll out. Have a great one. Yeah, you too, man. Have a good one, Lewis. Thank you for stopping by. I do appreciate it, and we will see you again. I did get Daggerfall Unity up and running again and modded, so we'll see. We'll see if that comes to fruition here in the next couple of weeks. Oh shit! Yep, I don't like. There we go. We'll take our orb. We'll take all of our orbs. I'll take the wand because that'll give me whatever the wand currency is. Huh. All right, man. Have a good one. Be well. We'll dodge those guys and yeah, I don't like I said, I don't hate this character. I think it worked out. I do think that the Spark meta is, you know, a little ridiculous, but it is what it is. There you go. We used some arc there. So we did get the whole map sort of lined up. Let's kill the guys in the middle, and then we'll do the breach here and see sort of how that goes. We will breach the door. Oop, all that shit on the ground is going to hit me. I don't want that. Nothing good, huh? Just a couple exalteds. And otherwise, crap. Okay. Where's our little breachy hand? It's around. So we're going to go get the last boss and then head all the way around. Done. And there he is, and he is dead. Sorry, you keep hearing the beeps from my when I hold Alt to look at the ground. It then beeps, so I do apologize for that. All right. So for this breach, so it's gonna go out in a circle. I wonder if the thing to do... I wonder if the... I don't know. I don't know what's a good... I wish I could zoom in to the map a little bit. So if we're going in a circle, I'm trying to picture what a circle looks like on this expanding. I wonder if we should go down this corridor at some point, because that will be the best way to get the most crap out of the breach. Let's try it. I mean, what the hell, right? So we're going to hit it. We're going to run south-ish, then go up here like this. Oh yeah, see that doesn't look good either. That doesn't look good. That looks bad. That looks like oh geez, I am not paying. I'm paying attention to the map. Let's go up a little bit. No, okay. Let's make the run. Let's see if we can do it. Go 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 team go. Keep killing. Maybe. Now we've got this entire. Oh god, yeah, it got tired of us. I'm terrible at breach. I wish I weren't. Yeah, I don't. Splinter, Splinter. We did get a ring at least, so that doesn't suck. Hey, what is that noise? Splinter, Splinter. That noise sounds like something awesome happened, but I could not tell you what that was. um, yeah, I don't see anything good. Let me do this. I will do options. We are getting a little spiky with the whatchamacall, with the GPU. What we're going to do is for the input, there's got to be a look on the ground button, right? Alt, show advanced item descriptions. We're going to make that, instead of Alt, we are going to make that F1. There we go. Nope, that didn't work. Okay, alrighty. It's still Alt. Let's try that again. Oh, that's toggle performance. Okay, so that's Alt still. Can't be Q. Q's a skill. So the problem is everything that's really useful is... So Alt is nice because it's right down here. Can we do Z? What are we killing when we do Z? Sure. That still doesn't help. It's still Alt. So okay, so changing any of that hasn't done anything for us. Toggle highlighting. Oh, I see. Z. It's right. Highlight items and objects. Sure. You know what? We could just do that. So we could just Z. Or you know we're gonna okay done okay but I'm not a dummy, honest. We're gonna make that Z. Toggle will become Alt for now, and then we can just tap it. Nope. Wow, that's not doing me any favors here. Okay, forget it. Forget I even mentioned it. Okay. It's probably it, right? We only have 3 monsters. I'm gonna take the wand because I am looking for an amazing one. I'm not even looking for just a decent one. I'm looking for a wand to end all wands, but probably won't get one. So we got a couple ones, but they're only level 79, which, yeah, sucks a little bit. But that's fine. We got a random piece of gear that we don't super care, although that's not terrible actually. But it's only one exalted on the market here, huh? Right? No one wants this piece. There's other pieces everybody's going for.
Yes.
I've just been disenchanting these just because I want to get chance shards for some of those wacky uniques that people actually that I want. Runes, we'll put that in. And then currently we are just dumping wands here. We got that mono regeneration rate isn't awful, but again, it's only a tier 4 roll, which sort of sucks. I am not even gonna putz with that right now. I mean, we're vaguely getting XP. I suppose that's good. Is there any other of these that we care about? I mean, you could do a so no corruption on that because I think corruption gives you the last level. I think the highest level map you can get, I think, is 82 by getting lucky on a corruption of a waystone to make it tier 16. Getting this irradiated symbol on, and I think corruption's the last symbol. So, like this one, we could get a tier 16, a 82 level map. But there's nothing else interesting on it, which sort of sucks. We could swing down here and pop this tower. Oh, wow. Lowers your resistances, and they do extra cold. And they get critical hits, and they get critical damage. That sounds like at some point you were accidentally one-shot, is what that sounds like to me. It sounds... I mean, we're going to do that, right? We're going to do that one because it's sort of funny. We'll see. We corrupted it too, so now it's even corrupted. So we are going to try to wing our way down to that guy. And we're going to put these here. And we'll see. We'll see how dead I am in this map. Let's do it. Oh, there's the expedition. We're going to wait to do the expedition. I'm going to hold off. Yeah, if they hit me, it's gonna suck a little. Like that. Oh, and we got demons, of course, because of the corruption. So that's the other thing to consider. Occasionally, really fast dudes will sprint out to me. I'm going to take that superior great helm. Oh, whoop. Hey, guy. Nope, no, we're not doing that. Let's... And the main thing you have to watch is getting flanked. There's a little bit of that. Oh. And walking directly to the feet of guys that can beat you with their giant cement wheels. Yeah, that great helm is dismantling fodder there. I will take an 11 waystone. Ugh, I'll take a belt. God, okay. Let's just get through this. I'm just gonna clear out this expedition area there. So as not to stumble on monsters while I'm fighting monsters. Heard you like monsters in your monsters. Oop. They froze me. God damn it. Jeez, oh man. I mean, that sucks. So what do we got here for the expedition? So this is a small one. Is it stretched down here, or does it not stretch down here? It feels like it does not. No, it feels like that is all the space you get, is that little bit of space. I do have to watch for those little crabs. Those little crabs actually are still dangerous. Because their range is real good. So what do we got here? So we have monster hits can't be evaded, which I don't care about. My evasion is 0. I am literally the worst character. 100% extra cold damage would suck, by the way. Not being able to leech doesn't matter. Chaos resistance barely matters because my chaos is not. My chaos resistance isn't high enough, unfortunately. I would like rarity. I would like to get the rarities if possible. So we're going to go there, detonate there first. We'll detonate here. Sure. I'm going to avoid the you get all the damage in the universe and see if I can't. So we'll do a little loop around here. And go. We will detonate. The only problem is the explosion, I think, did screwed up my headphones. Are there more of you? Did we kill you all? No, you're there, I see. Okay. You gotta watch the demons, because you're gonna get demons with these when you corrupt those maps. Alright, that was pretty easy. Oops, sorry. There we go. Just trying to fix my sound. We didn't... So now we're going to pick up the artifacts, of course. Pop a chest or two, if there is one. I did. That felt sort of tiny. That felt like a small... Alright. Well, let's finish the map in any case. Watch out for the bombs. And the giant pop out of the ground worm. I am going to run back. I'm going to burn all the stuff that I need to burn real quick. So go to the salvage bench. Burn those 2 items. I mean, really, none of that is... Alright, go back. Alright, let's get in there. So we cleared out a bit of the map. I have thunder here. Honest to God. Thunder. There's a little springtime. Ring. I don't really care. Okay. I do wonder what is the highest tier item, like, right, because you can go up to tier 10, 11, 12. I've even seen higher rolls. But I've only seen, like, tier 4 or 5 items drop. Which sets the floor for the rolls. Which is why, typically, those are good... See, I will actually use my shitty defensive... Oh, shit. I don't know what I just did there.
There is power in this object. I can feel it.
I do like picking up rings. Said, I don't think my rings are that bad at the moment. A little heart-shaped fire ring. That's nice. Happy Valentine's Day, Path of Exile. Oh, whoa, that dude surprised the shit out of me. I was like, what was that? I don't know what he just, like, charged at me with his face. It was like the best rugby tackle you've ever seen. He just slammed into me. Heat. Is there another? No, it's just, oh, shit. Yep, it was another, rare. Oh, God. God, I hate those. I hate those crabs. I hate those crabs. Where is Samuel L. Jackson when you need him? Get those motherfucking crabs out of this motherfucking game. I hate those crabs. Hate them. I also hate the trees because I can't see anything. This game is literally the hardest to see game in existence, from what I can tell. And the only reason why Spark is better than, say, Arc, because Arc is way better damage as far as I am concerned, for the bang for the buck, is that Spark has enough reach, and it's a wide enough area, that it makes up for all that, right? It also is affected by less terrain, Spark is, than Arc. Like, if you have some kind of terrain like these hills and so on, you are 9 times out of 10 if you're using Arc or Spark. Spark is going to be the one that does not do something stupid when you're, like, trying to shoot up. Like, go into the wall, the hillside there. And I have had the occasional trouble with Arc where I'm like, I can't hit this guy. Stop it. I will take my Exalted Orb. I don't really care about the Rebirth Rune, but I'll take it. I'll take my magical, obviously going to be awesome Voltaic Staff. Plus 19 spell levels. No, no. Okay. Yeah, like you're killing things you can't even see with Spark. Like I wasn't even looking at that guy, and he ended up dead. So I'll take the giant, the tier 4 shield, just in case it has something worth selling. Unfortunately, since I only play one character, I have no idea what's valuable. All right, good enough. This guy's going to give away Brood Trap Wide Belt, which doesn't suck, but that's not that cool. Okay, anyway. If you're... I mean, yeah, those rolls are whatever. Demon Pole Voltaic Staff. I just love the name. The mana per enemy killed's not bad. I'm going to keep it because it's going to go in the Reforge bucket, if nothing else. Yeah, but... Yep, our machine is griping, for sure. So it's level 80. We got, yeah, so level 80 staffs, we would definitely utilize that. Those are just... Yeah, I don't know that that's any good. I'm just going to dump that. Sell you. Sure. Lightning resistance. And max mana, which, you know, not the worst. But unfortunately, you do need spell levels. Yeah. So ultimately a pretty bad draw. Normals reforge. Only have I do have 2 tiaras, an 80 and a 79. And let's see what this is. This is an 81. I mean, ugh. Yeah, we'll do it. We'll just reforge these. We'll get rid of some of this crap. And that is uncategorically worse. Like that, none of that worked at all. That was all bad. So 81, 79, 80. I like to keep them about the same. So we're going to do 1, 1, and 1. So we'll do these 3. So now we look at these 3 here. And we're going to go here. We're going to pop the cheap currency just to see what the first 2 are. And that ain't great. Now we will regal them all. Again, that is just... those rolls don't suck. Now, my problem right now is I need Spirit on the chest piece, which is not, I don't think, a good place to get it, frankly. I would not mind getting the regen of an altar garment, a Keth garment, as opposed to this thing. Plus, it would look better. Like, this looks awful. Right? That looks way better. Not that you can see your characters ever, but that is a way better outfit. Plus, this does have 481 energy shield, which again is not amazing, but it is decent. And I would need to, and since that all goes into mana, I don't want to drop my mana pool by, you know, by ruining that. So, yeah, I think these all go in the bucket. We're gonna reforge. Oh, and we get a ton of spirit. Now, that's actually not terrible. Fire cold, chaos resistance, bonus to spirit, plus 50. That's actually that is not a terrible draw. Maximum life sucks versus, say, maximum mana. And, you know, but so I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're actually going to quality this up. Oops, 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 God. There's got to be a faster way to do this. There's got to be. So we get 354. So you would be dropping. Outright, you're dropping, what, 100 some mana? Almost 200? It's closer to 150 mana you were dropping, which makes sense because the number is about that. You have better resistance, although our cold resistance is overkill right now, so I'm not super thrilled with where that is. I could drop cold resistance somewhere. We are going to put we are going to put a widget on there. So we put a slot. And then, I mean, I suppose I could just corrupt this and see what the hell happens. And maybe something magical happens. Oh, I can put 2 on here, right? Because it's a chess piece. That's nice. So I can get my lightning back. And I don't think I have anything good. You can do +5 to all resistances, of course. I would love to have the 2%, the Zalatl there, and get 2% mana. That would be a big one, and make up for that lost mana. On the other hand, what else could you do? You could do could do 20% increased armor, evasion, and energy shield. Which might be a good buy too, and you pop both of those. Now what you're not going to get is, well, our resistances are almost capped anyway, so I think you put 2 of these in and see where you end up. That's 391, 428. So it's not as bad. You do drop some lightning resist because I had 12 in the other thing. So that is not great. That was not a great trade-off. I am going to, and you could try to vow this. I mean, I could vow one of them, because again, using either one of these doesn't suck. So this one is 50 less mana per second, but a little more max mana. And this one is 50 more mana a second for a little less max. It's about what? It's about 60 to 70. It looks like 70 max mana or 60 max mana or thereabouts. But we are getting. I would love to be able to replace runes. I wish that was a thing. Wish we could unslot runes, because I would put one of these on this and just, or one of these on this. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit up the vow on one of these guys. And if you get a third slot. Oh, I got a third slot. Mother effer. Okay. That's interesting. Ooh. Oh. Because you could put 20% in there. Now, I don't know what you're going to get out of that, because can you hold Alt or something over it and say, no, it doesn't, that's not going to tell you what it's going to do. The other thing to do would be to see. I want a somewhere there's a Zolotl bullshit, right? Yeah. How much is that going for? 185 exalts? 200 exalts? Holy shit, that's a lot. What about chaos? 19 chaos orbs. That will give me 2% mana. I don't know if that's more than... So the most that's going to be is 90-some there. 2% here is going to be 60-some, theoretically. $33.40. We'll go cheap. We'll just put this in here. We get 541. Okay, that's not the worst. Might as well vow this. Well, we got a third on that too. Oh, we are just... Everything's coming up roses at the moment. I mean, I can put another one in. And again, 465. And you're up above 4,000 and you have 819. So I'm going to stick with that for the moment. Although, again, your lightning resist is down. So that's the trade-off there. But I'm okay with that right now. I'm going to put this in my good items bucket, because that is a pretty good item. All right, that was good. That was, see? This is the problem with this game. Because at some point I'm literally sitting here going, I'm just playing this for the Skinner box, right? I am literally that guy. It is just a slot machine, and I'm just playing the slot machine. And that's sort of where I'm at. So, because that felt good. That was all the dopamine I needed for the night. I could, and I look better. I need better pants though. Like, I don't know. I don't think you can change your pants, which is sort of annoying. But I am reasonably happy with that so far. I probably should have tried another one of these to get 2%. But I don't know. I don't know if that would have worked, would have done me any good or not. Let's try another like sort of cheesy breach map maybe. Or we actually go swing down is what we should do. We should be... Oh, we should be going here to the hideout. Let's do it. Let's go get the hideout. We'll use a crap map. Or we can actually... We'll use a we'll use a super shitty map, like a 300+% map, because these hideout maps are usually tiny, so we won't have to suffer. We won't have to suffer the creatures so long. I don't think. Let's see. Oop, oop, oop. Hey guys, what's up? I get hit by those things a lot more than I would ever like to admit, too, by the way. Turn that down. I made that very loud for myself.
There is power in this
All right, so we're just
I can feel it.
trying to get the cave. Got to kill all the dudes. So it does. The one problem I do have, and this is sort of a, is because here we go. My amulet has +2 projectile skills levels on it, which I did because, of course, spark is a projectile. We're trying to maximize spark for the most part. And because it has +2 projectile, I think its effective level is 29. Right, so we have, which ups the damage like very nicely. And then my amulet is giving me lightning rod, which means that I roll damage with advantage, effectively, for the D&D folks in the room. And that's great. So I try to not, if it's not a crit. So I try to not crit, actually. In fact, I put a thing in there that says you can't crit, but you do more damage. Can't crit. So that's worth about 6,000 DPS. +1 level lightning skill. That's worth 5,000 DPS. And then reduce the cost as much as you possibly can. But that thing costs a lot of mana. Because the higher level it is, you know, the higher it's going to be. So let's, yeah, let's. I don't think we have much left to clear out. I think it's this guy. No, okay, not quite.
A rare treasure.
Here we go. All right, so we completed the hideout, which we can pick the hideout now, but I don't know that I care to move from this hideout. This hideout's fine. I mean, you know, I'm sure no one cares, but we're gonna bust that up to the armor. So I love. We'll just put all the crap here. So rings. We got a lot of amethyst rings. I got a lot of rings, Bob. And a long belt. So increased mana is a prefix on a belt. I got a T11 roll on that. Jesus. And I got, ooh, life regen. Nope, don't want that. Oh, we got a T10 roll. That's still not ideal. I'm just going to sit that away for now. And so what I was really trying to get to is this tower, so that I could then put more shit into the tower. So we're going to pop the tower. Let's use an ugly level 14. Trying to get more waystones. That's what I figure we'll pop, you know, we'll pop the crappy maps into the towers. Um, oh, those vultures hanging down. Those guys suck. I hate those guys. All right, he is dead. Oh, he's reflecting. It's good to recognize that as soon as possible, because otherwise I will kill myself, because he will reflect all my shit back on me. Because these are projectiles. Arc is not a projectile, which is actually... Yeah, see, those reflect. Arc does not. Problem with Arc is the range is short enough, and the terrain effects that it sort of fails to are enough that sometimes that Arc becomes problematic. Rabid dogs. I'll take the focus again in case.
There is power in
When you hear the little bonging, that is Nvidia telling me, "Hey, something your GPU is too much." And I'm like, "What? What? You got to be kidding me!" High load. It's because I use Nvidia Broadcast to do sound, you know, to do the sound for the machine, to do noise reduction and all that crap. Where are we actually heading? I did get a heavy belt, which it says... So my filter says that heavy belt is good as a base for possibly getting a unique. I'd have to go look. I love that haste shrine. Best shrine ever. Can we actually, yeah, go. There we go. Yeah, and we're done. So that map is complete. Are you leveling up elongated muskrat's POE? I am. Hi, Nutmeg. Totally leveling that guy up. So he can be the best player in the world, man. Best player in the world. Okay, so those, okay. So we're just going to literally drop everything possible just into the buckets. Is there something the heavy belt uniques into? I don't know. Do we have level 78? Ugh, okay. I mean, that's only level 79, my headpiece as it stands. So maybe we give these guys a roll here and just see. You go into there. The environments for this game are really beautiful. I do agree with that. I do think it is super pretty as it stands. I mean, you can barely see anything ever. Like, you're always, like, looking at this angle from your character. But, yes, the environments are really nice. So what we're going to do is we will... so none of these... So that's not a terrible suffix. That's bad. Let's roll this guy a little bit. We'll just make it... I mean, that's... Again, it's okay. And I actually increase rarity is good for me because my increased rarity sucks. I have not prioritized that well enough. And so I'm gonna regal all these. A Slammer Chieftain or a Juggernaut. I do not play POE1. I really, as I said, POE2 has made me want to give POE1 a shot again. Oh, that is just shit rolls all around. Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3 rolls. Tier 6 and 4, so very mediocre. Tier 7, 4, and 3. So I don't think any of those are worth keeping, so what we're going to do is pop them into the bench. I do not care about accuracy rating, but that's a tier 9. That's the best thing it gives me is accuracy rating. Woo! Okay, well, you go back into the... You go back to the 79, 79, 80, and 81. You got over a Gravesteak at the mention with Scott the other day. I have not gone over my gripes per se. I think so it's interesting, right? Because we can take time because I think it's you two guys, and so here's the thing. So here's sort of where I'm at, and I did go over this. I did say this. I have upgraded this character a fair bit. I don't think I'm doing poorly. I think I upgraded her pretty well. It's not super fancy. It's not super expensive. I've literally only found like 7 divine orbs, over the course of the game, or maybe 10 max the course of the game. People are like selling shit for 80 divines, and I'm like, how is this possible? Yeah, this is the warmest my machine has been, actually, weirdly. It's not super hot, by the way, but it is the warmest it's ever been. I don't know what that means. If I should be concerned if PoE's eating my processor. Anyway. But now that I'm upgraded, I don't know if the gameplay itself ends up being a little boring, maybe. And so I do have to say that I don't know if I'm super long for the world on the game. I'll keep the ring. I'm going to sell that just because, and then we will... So I do think that one thing I do not love, in my opinion, is that the most optimal, for sorcerers especially, the optimal play is to use Spark. If you're not using Spark, no matter what else is going on with your character, if you're not doing Spark, primarily, you're actually doing a bad job. You are not doing a good job. So cast speed would make that 54, but I don't know that cast speed helps with that as much. Maybe with bosses it would help more. Like I was using Arc for the longest time, and using other powers like the walls, and ultimately they're just, and that was fun to do, by the way. Like, it's fun to set up a giant thing of walls, and then nuke it, and everything is frozen and dead, and then it melts like that. Having said that, that is absolutely not optimal I should just use Spark. Because Spark goes farther, it hits more dudes, it hits hard enough, it is easier to clear maps with. It feels like the best offensive option, it feels like the best defensive option. It feels like the best option. Sure, we're gonna do that. And I think that's bad. I feel that that is bad power design. Oh, we need to put something in there, right? Yeah, let's put something in that that map. So what to put in there? Probably irradiated. We probably need more maps irradiated. I just don't feel. I feel that that is a problem. Uh, 10 maps. So let's do this one. Then we can spend a little currency here. 20% more magic monsters doesn't help. 20% chance to contain an essence, I suppose, is fine. Quantity of items. Feeling force use only. Yeah, I think. Well, what I used to call it in the games that I would run or write, I would say you're always trying to avoid the obvious answer, right? Um, if your game has an obvious answer, then you're no longer then you know, right? Then characters are no longer as fun because it's like, well, are you using the obvious answer? In this case, now don't get me wrong. I'm sure there's other answers. I'm not by any stretch of the imagination not good enough at this game to have, you know, right, to not good enough at this game to have found all the correct things, and I've not looked up a build. But definitely a lot of folks are using Spark. I'm going to go to this Mire. That seems like a lot of modifiers for... Now, we're not going to do that. We're going to do... Is there another tower to get to add more shit to the map? Yeah, we're going to do this one with this. So, you know, and again, but I'm still playing it. And it is still sort of fun, even though a lot of my gameplay is this. But then I ask myself, so why is it still fun? And I come up with the answer that because it's a slot machine. Because you're effectively playing a low stakes gambling game. And that makes me feel bad about myself. Right? Like, I don't know that that's a good... I'll take the sandals, even though my footwear is decent. I suppose it's okay. And the reason why Spark is the best answer is because it avoids a lot of the things that I couldn't avoid with Arc. Right? It hits far enough away. It hits so many things. Right? Those guys died and I didn't even know it. And so that gets rid of a lot of the problems I had with the Arc build, which is that shit could surprise me still, and shit with range was dangerous still. You know, and so that's all. That's sort of where I am on it. Obviously, it's still early access, but don't know that this isn't just like I don't know that this just isn't the game design, right? ARPGs, in my opinion, are notorious for that sort of one button build thing, right? Like that's why, you know, I bounced off. I played Path of Exile 1 a couple times and I bounced off it each time. The reason being is that ultimately your goal is to make a build where you hit one button. Right? Which ultimately is sort of dull. You know, but you do it, and there you are. Path of Exile 2, through the campaign, felt somewhat different than Path of Exile 1. Because it felt like you were being encouraged to dodge roll more and work more for it. Have a little bit of the Dark Souls sort of vibe going on. And so I thought throughout the campaign, the game felt pretty good. After hitting endgame, I think the goal is back to one button, one hit, kill everything, one button, everything, done. I think that's where the game is. And that's certainly where the player base is. And I think that's where the game is forced, folks, because everything the game that is attacking you is coming at you from all sides. Everything is very offensive in nature. And can kill you very quickly. Now, part of that is my fault. I am playing a fairly low defensive build. But like those invisible guys that are coming up on my right, which you can't see probably, like that guy who just died because I didn't see him. That spark is doing that for me, right? I can just fire this death pool into the ether and watch it go, and that's the best option, I feel. So that's sort of where I'm at. And the game did feel a little different playing the campaign than it does playing the end game. I don't know if that's just me or if that is just it's just going to be like that. And you know, so be it. Yeah, I think I did. I paid $30 to get into the early access. I've played well more than 30 hours. I think it is worth it. But I don't know. You're right. Now it might be time to think about moving on and getting some other stuff going. But again, I'm not enjoying the mechanics of just completing maps and grabbing shit. But the problem is, at some point they're going to restart, right? Or you're gonna, they're gonna. So, and at some point I'll be like, I think I'm good, right? I think I'm out. The wands go in the wand bucket for now. All these waystones and the Orby bits go into all of that. I'll put these rings in. I don't know that any of them really... And what's the chance that any of this is all of a sudden good if we... probably not. We'll put this in the done no bucket. Oh, I don't need a blank helmet that I'm not going to use. I mean, that's crazy. Right? I mean, it could be like Starfield. At some point, you just go, yeah, I'm done. And the answer is Okay, that's cool. You got 60 hours. And this I got way more than 60 hours actually. I did, you know, I think this game did quite well for me, gaming wise. And the main loop isn't terrible, of course. It's just at some point, yeah, I'm starting to fade a little bit. Kind of goes in what you were talking about buying into the lore of the game. People playing into it have more engagement for it and playing for longer. Yeah, I mean, so the funny part is this. Like I don't buy into almost any video game I play. in in the sense that right, because what we were talking about was tabletop games a little bit, right? That there are certain games require a certain amount of buy-in from the players to get the most out of them. You have to sort of agree with the central conceits of the campaign and the unwritten rules of the campaign and so on, right? Um, so as a for instance in Bostonia, in the games I'm running now, there's a social hierarchy, there's a religious hierarchy, and you're sort of assumed that it's assumed that you're going to sort of play into that. When we did our superhero high school game, which we finished a little while, about a year ago, or maybe 2 years, a year and a half, a year ago, let's say. I literally told them, I said, "Look, guys, this," and so I made sure the central conceit was visible because sometimes that's the problem, is the GM doesn't make it clear as to what he's looking for, and so the players don't buy in because they never knew that they had to buy a ticket for that ride. Um, and I told them, I said, look, this game is essentially My Hero Academia meets Harry Potter, right? Meets what the central conceit of the game is the kids do all the work. Meets Stranger Things, right? The kids do all the work. Good night, Michael. Um, you don't go to the teachers because the teachers are more powerful than you and go, hey, can you take care of this thing for me? Because it seems really dangerous and I feel I might get hurt or die. Um, you have to buy into the fact that the kids do everything or else there's no story. Right? Because otherwise, we just go to the cops all the time and they theoretically take care of shit and then we're done. And that's not sort of how you want those games to go. So I think, but the funny thing is as far as video games, I'm gonna do another breach here if I can, and sort of cheese a breach. Yeah, and we're gonna cheap it. We're gonna, we'll, yeah, we're gonna go low here. But in video games, like I am almost never really jacked about the lore of a game enough. I don't hate Skyrim lore. Yeah, right. So I don't hate Skyrim. I do buy into that because it's a video game. So I am buying in. There's a base level of buy-in that I'm gonna give because it's a video game, which is I do all the stuff. What I don't really care about is most of the rest of the lore typically. So we have to rush this map, I think, because it's a delirium map. And the problem is I don't know what direction this map goes. And delirium sort of wants you to speed run the damn thing. So I would love to not fight anything, but have an idea of which direction I should run first. I'm going to go west then. And I suppose northwest and hope for the best. So we have to pop these, and that will make the timer go better for us. I think that's how it works. Oh god, I'm at a dead frickin' end. Oh, that's gonna suck. Okay, well, my delirium's gonna be shitty because I didn't know. I think they should, like, help you out with that. I don't think... Okay, at least I got that timer back. Okay, we're back to a dead end. I don't like these dead ends, man. Come on, go, 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 team. Go, team, run faster. More monsters better. Oh my god, I am... we ran out of... I mean, we did okay in there. I don't hate how that went, but... Yeah, I'm not fast enough to make the most out of the league mechanics in this game. Playing the first game over again 10 years and realize I love everything about it. Buying a Mass Effect... Oh, see, yeah. So there's certain games. So some games, I will say, get me with their lore. Now, strangely enough, there's not many, right? I actually loved Final Fantasy X, just for that. I don't know that a lot of people did. I think a lot of people poo-poo Final Fantasy X story, but I liked it, and I did buy into that. I loved Dark Clouds. I don't really want this Shaman Garment. Is there any good rolls on a T10 a stun threshold roll? No one cares. Come on, man. I love Dark Cloud and Dark Clouds 2 sort of conceit, right? The rebuilding the world kind of thing. I like all that. So, I mean, there are games that can certainly get you with their premise, and I buy into those. And Skyrim, I mean, I love freaking Skyrim. I've played thousands of hours of Skyrim, but I don't love the lore. I don't care about the lore at all. I actually just care about the gameplay. There we go. I think the gameplay is just spot on, and I enjoy it. And the modding scene is spot on. There's a lot of guys here. Like, I'm not... And as soon as there's a lot of guys, you know you're going to get demons, too, so that... Ooh, Voltaic Staff Tier 3. Now, again, my guess is it's not better than what I've got. But we should give it a shot. So there's a breach. So I do want to clear a lot of shit out of the breach. Like, I don't want to... Delirium, you want more monsters. A breach, I want clear sailing, and I want to know the direction of the map. But yeah, there's a point at which I go, yeah, should I be doing this? Or should I spend more time, you know, working on the Dragon's Down mod, working on Magic Realm, working on my tabletop game, which is going well, even though I hate all of them. Oh, I am full of crap. My inventory. Ugh. So again, the problem with like the staff is, so we're just gonna put these here. And I'm gonna do these and just make artificer shards, even though, oops. Sapphire ring. ARGs specifically feel like work for me for some. Hello, Albin. How are you? Yeah, that's interesting. That's an interesting way to put it. Do you play MMOs? Do they feel the same way? Because I could imagine. So to me, MMOs and ARPGs have the same vibe, right? It's a very grindy vibe. You probably level up, but at some point, the leveling up is now secondary to this gear thing that you're going to have to do. I never need an altar robe ever. And so I think I feel like MMOs. Why did I pick this up? Probably accidentally, strangely enough. And I don't know if this upgrades into something interesting. I'm gonna POE2. What does a heavy belt chance unique? Let's see. Unique belts. Long belt, blah belt, blah. Headhunter heavy belt. Strength and dex. When you kill a monster, you gain its modifiers for 20 seconds. That's sort of cool. I don't know that that does me any good, but maybe someone wants it. I'll just put this here. But yeah, I think you do get into that grindy element. Like, that's all I'm doing, right? I'm just grinding maps, right? So, looking for the one thing which makes all this better. Which salves my need for dopamine. But you guys need to die. But yeah, I do get that. And welcome, Albin. What's that? So here's the other funny thing about POE2 that I have seen. It at once is mindless and requires attention at the same time. Like, at the same time, it requires most of my attention and is still mindless. One aspect of your talk that Scott made me ponder was that when you play a setting and the players know how those people should act and live in that period. MMOs have 3D worlds to explore. That makes it less like work and more like an adventure. That's interesting. So two things. So Nutmeg, first thing there would be, yeah, I mean, you know, right? That is part of the setting. Like I said, the setting conceit, right? Now you don't always get there. We're still all modern, old folk here, and so I still think you get people mostly apply their, you know, mostly still apply their own mental model to these oops, got me. See, I always get caught by that shit. But I think you can try. Right? Artificer's Orb, we'll take it. It's not a huge deal, but we'll take it. I'm gonna go this way first and clear out the map this way before heading back, because I think we're at the edge of the map. We've played some Bronze Age sort of vibe, and I do have a campaign, World Anthus, which is supposed to feel like ancient Greece, but fantasy ancient Greece, sort of, with Conan thrown in, effectively. Elben MMOs have nice 3D worlds to explore. Uh, I agree with you. I do agree with you that you do get this 3D world. But I don't know how much exploring is in most MMOs nowadays. Like, there's not a lot of MMOs which just... I'll take a level 19 gem. That is true, because that's rare enough. There's not a lot of MMOs that encourage you to explore and then reward you for doing so. That guy was dead. I mean, ESO is okay in that respect, but it's not like you're going to find anything on the world that... I mean, I shouldn't say that. There are encounters out there and so on. So I'll give it that much. It has a nice exploring vibe. But, like, I don't know how many other MMOs, I would argue, have a good exploration vibe where it matters. Where it rewarded you for just going and looking around, and then you could find something which made your gameplay significantly different. So for this breach, we are going to head southeast all the way and try to swing around a little bit to do the circle-y thing. But we gotta stay away from things that block my movement, because I will get trapped and killed. Oh god, okay, well, I just walked into a dead end, so that was about as unclever as I'm going to be. Okay, you guys need to die quicker. Oh god, yep. Come on, keep going. We're zigzagging. I hope that is what it wants me to do. No, I think we zagged and we should have zigged more. Ah, crap. And it's gone. Well... So we did get some catalysts, so that's cool. I hate the fact that I have to go chase all this stuff down. Like, why can't... In Delirium, it appears at my feet. No. Actually, I will say that in that sense, that is correct. Like, there's no... These maps are not exploration at all. Like, there's no point to it at all, right? You are literally blitzing through randomly generated maps. It's way closer to a roguelike in that sense. You know, right? I generated a map for you, go kill all the shit and get all their stuff. So yeah, so you're not, there's no exploration. So I think you're right in that sense. I suppose my main lament to your talking about MMOs as explorable worlds is the fact that I think there used to be a time when that was more of a thing, and it has gone by the wayside a little bit, right? That, you know, we don't... I think that's it. I think all this stuff is gone. I picked up what I could pick up. I think that's gone by the wayside a tiny bit. I think sort of that theme park experience kills a little bit of that. With a game like WoW, for instance. I think that as players, we kill it a little bit with our... See, that's not a terrible... Now, don't get me wrong. You still need spell levels on that piece of gear, I think, to make it worthwhile. but a couple hundred extra energy shield would be awesome, as opposed to, you know, because your wand might have mana, this thing's gonna have maybe mana, and you'll have the energy shield, which I'm turning into mana. So anyway, um, so for instance, for instance, um, there was a game years and years back, like for well, a couple things. Let's go way back. Let's go back to Asheron's Call, and my first play of EverQuest years and years ago. Like those felt like games where exploring mattered because you could go and try to find a good spot to farm, or you could, right? I mean, and all that sort of mattered. Asheron's Call did not tell you where to go at all. You just had to find what you were able to kill and do that. Now, you know, obviously some people knew what they were doing, and then maybe there was a forum, or maybe there was a board, a bulletin board that's really old. Um, and you could go there and maybe get some tips and so on. Again, I don't think ESO does a terrible job with exploration. It's just that, unfortunately, I feel that their overworld in ESO, since it's meant to be soloed almost exclusively, is a little bit flat and boring. I don't mean flat in the sense of geographically flat. I mean just flat in that there's, you know, everywhere you go, there's going to be a little dungeon that you can go in and do a thing, and there's a thing here, and there's some monsters here, right? And there's not a ton of stuff where you go, wow, that was unique and incredible, and I'm really glad that I wandered way over here off the corner of the map. But I think it does it better than most modern MMOs. So, to your point, yes, I think ARPGs do not have any exploration, and so MMOs beat them sort of by default. We got feathered. Ugh, God. Yeah, I'm just dumping stuff at the moment. I really need to get a better. I need better organization. I have some, as you can see, but not enough. I mean, that wasn't terrible. That wasn't a terrible little bit there. We didn't do too bad. I wish we'd do better in the delirium. Like, I'm just not good at killing fast enough to get the delirium done. They're designed to be blitzed through to get to the yes, absolutely. So I do think that is. I think there's more exploration in MMOs than in ARPGs for certain, 100%. But I do think that most modern MMOs are very much that, right? We're guiding you through or blitzing you through, however you want to put it, to get you to the end game, and the end game is sort of a similar grind to an ARPG grind, I feel. And I'm not playing many MMOs anymore, and I used to love them. I used to, like ESO, I loved old EverQuest. I didn't mind EverQuest 2. I played that for a long time. I would literally play all these freaking games when they came out. I don't think you can get me to touch an MMO again right now. I just don't think so. I don't know what would bring me back to an MMO at this point. And frankly, this game sort of has me feeling the same way, in the sense that I am playing it and going, well, am I really playing this for any joy that the moment-to-moment gameplay is bringing me, or am I looking for the joy of upgrading this piece of gear? Like, this brought me joy. The fact that I got a decent Keth raiment, got decent enough rolls on it. I happened to, val it up, and it corrupted and got the third slot, right? And so on. Like, that is what has given me joy tonight. And I don't know, maybe that's a bad idea. Maybe that's not where we want to be, right? Maybe there's other games to play that actually have a little bit more joy in the doing of it than the joy in the reward of it, right? And so I don't know. I mean, I was obviously happy to hang out tonight and play the game, and I do like how she looks right now. I think I like the chain tiara. Let's get the big version of Syl. I mean, she looks like every other sorceress for sure, so I'm not... Oh, abnormal disconnection. They said, quit bad-mouthing my game. Alrighty. I wish I could do without the pants. I wish I could just get a skirt or shorter pants. So yeah, we remember in a year that you got joy from an upgraded thingy. No, but I mean it's all fleeting, right? In a lot of ways, right? The things that I get that you get, the only things I get lasting joy from. There's very few video games I get lasting joy out of, right? I get lasting joy out of Skyrim. You know, it is truly the gift that keeps on giving. But it's not like I remember any moment in Skyrim and go, oh my god, do I remember when... Blah. No, I don't. You know, right? There's no time I remember. I remember... You know, so I don't know that any video game has that sort of lasting memory thing. Maybe Final Fantasy X did. Maybe I said I do like Dark Cloud. I have some memories of MMOs that I played. Fond memories. I remember the Warlock team that Scott and I did in World of Warcraft, or my hunter in World of Warcraft, searching for the animals. When you actually had to go find the animals in the game, and you could actually get better ones and worse ones. It was sort of fun. We played a game called Darkfall, which was open PvP. And we were in a clan, and the clan leadership got pissy with another clan leadership, and they kicked us off their lands, and we literally had to migrate like a tribe. I remember that because that was so interesting. You know, so there's I remember some stuff in EverQuest. I remember some stuff in City Heroes, like stuff like that, right? So those MMOs, I think, are the ones that pulled the memories. But most of the gaming moments I remember are tabletop games, and most particularly tabletop RPGs, because you're very much engaged and active in the creation of those things as well. The closest that I come from non-RPGs is games like Magic Realm and Dragon's Down, but again, I don't... you know, that is, you know, I do remember a few Magic Realm moments because of their humor slash improbability, right? I almost never remember a climactic battle, but I do remember the time where my two sons got nuked by the demon and got power of the pitted and rolled double ones, and they both died after making fun of me because the last treasure I found I could not pick up. Maybe you're just a person who appreciates games in terms of mechanics, rule sets. Yes, absolutely. In fact, a lot of times, Albin, what I will find is there's a point at which I am done with a game, not because I've finished the game, but because I have completed it enough that I feel the rest of the game is going to play about the same. That, by the way, is one of the reasons Skyrim and modding have kept Skyrim around on my hard drive here for years and years, because you can get a whole new mod set, and now all of a sudden you're like, wow, this game is actually different now. It's similar, it's familiar. A lot of Skyrim stays the same, and yet there's new things to do, new things to see. This game's not playing quite the same. There's a lot of games that I'll play. I might play 12 hours and go, this feels like it's going to be about the same for another 60 hours. A lot of Assassin's Creed does that to me. Like, I think Assassin's Creed Odyssey is a really good game. And Origins was a pretty good game. And yet, I cannot bring myself to finish those games because at some point I'm like, yeah, this is about what this game is. And I think I'm done. Do you find that also contributes to the end of your table campaigns? Yes. Yes, absolutely, Nutmeg. I do think that, now don't get me wrong, there is a heavy story element to a tabletop RPG. So that gives it 2 dimensions, maybe. Maybe there's three-ish dimensions. Let's see, what would that be? So mechanics are definitely, for sure, one thing, right? Seeing how mechanics work out and people interplay with the mechanics is my biggest joy with tabletop RPGs, typically. I love mechanics. I like to write mechanics. I like to tweak mechanics. I like my player, right, and so on. So that's one. I do think then there's the overall story aspect. And then I think there's the individual character dimension where they're interacting with all this stuff and you go, oh, that was interesting, right? So I think you get you get more mileage. But if all 3 of those are not, like if all those feel run down, then I think you're right. I think some players have lasting memories for games for weird reasons like, oh, the forest in the game felt real. The mechanics are secondary. Interesting. I'll tell you one memory I have, and this is Skyrim. So one distinct Skyrim memory I have. I have 2 memories. One was, we did the very long playthrough of Do Not Go Gentle here, the mage playthrough, on stream and on video. And killing Alduin at the end of that actually felt good because that was a hard slog through all the different parts of that game because that was a Requiem mod list that amped up the difficulty various times, very much so. And so finally killing Alduin at the end of that game actually felt like, oh, that was actually pretty cool. So that was one memory of Skyrim that I have. Another memory of Skyrim, and this is a stupid one, but it plays to your, oh, the force in the game felt real. I played Skyrim VR and got jumped by a giant spider. And it was horrifying. It was visceral. And I remember that to this day because that was pretty rough. Not rough in like, I was weeping and PTSD'd and so on. But it was like, wow, that felt horrible. Like I did not, in retrospect, it's sort of weirdly great. But man, at the moment, I'm like, I hated that. I'm going to go be a farmer. Can I go farm some shit away from the spiders, please? Because that felt horrible. And I've always said, every kid who grew up in the 70s and 80s probably, had that fantasy, right? The Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe fantasy where they step through the wardrobe and, go into the fantasy world, right? And that confluence of D&D and Narnia and all that stuff came together around that time. And to give you that fantasy of, oh my God, I could step through and go. And I said one giant spider and you'd all be fucking farming melons. We would be done. We would be like, I'm out. I mean, half of us would be dead. The rest of us would be like, I'm going to bury you and then go farm my potatoes over here. And I am done. I cannot. Heck, a spider this big would creep you out, let alone one as big as a garage. So yeah. So I thought that was darn. I thought that was pretty funny, actually. But what you said, what do I remember about games? I remember the moments in tabletop RPGs 9 times out of 10. I remember, the stories. And to some degree, I'm probably though I do find the mechanics to be important, and I do first and foremost love getting the mechanics right and tweaking mechanics and so on. The funny part is that, you know, you do need all that to be work. Like, if we were just bopping from encounter to combat encounter and leveling up and playing the various mechanics, that would not be a joy. The joy is how all that interacts with the story and with the characters and with the players. Like, all that has to come together to make a tabletop RPG sort of worth it. If we were just doing a dungeon every week, and and don't get me wrong, I love that kind of stuff. I love dungeons and I love fights and I love combats and so on. But the background and context make all of that worthwhile. And without that, I actually don't want to play anymore, because I'm like, well, it's I want a great story with a highly detailed man-to-man tactical fantasy war game in the middle of it. And that's what I want. Easy to remember table stuff because it's in person with real people you care about. I do agree with that very much. So, absolutely the case. So yeah, all good. I do think though that it is late enough, and I got a late start, and I would love to actually stay and chat with you guys about this crap for another half an hour. So purely mechanical wouldn't be fun either if the rule sets are intricate and allow for lots of experimentation. No, I mean, at that point I'm playing a board game or a war game, and the context is actually the important part, if that makes any sense. Now, don't get me wrong, I like war games, and I do like board games, but not to the degree I like tabletop games. The joy of the tabletop game is doing all of that, but with that personal touch and stake that background context brings. It doesn't have to be a great story. It doesn't have to be like, we don't have to be weeping at the table or anything. It just, but it's fun to have that constant sort of, oh, we have these characters that we care about. They're doing this. This situation's brewing. This one's coming to a head, right? And all of that interaction, and then at some point you tell people to roll initiative, and then you all get down and you're all doing then the mechanical parts. That's the joy. Dipping, and I've talked about this before in some, like, I do want a texture to my games. I do love, and by texture I literally mean that you change it. It changes gears periodically. That you go from a lot of talky bits to a lot of fighty bits, to an exploration bit, to some exposition, to another talky bit. Oh, fight time, right? Like, that is what makes an RPG really shine to me. If all we did is talk, not as fun. If all we did is fight, not as fun. You have to have that mix, ideally, in a same session or session to session, to sort of bring that out. So yeah, you guys are sort of like that. I felt like that history teacher that you could just talk about the Great Depression and they just go off for an hour, and you run the class out so he doesn't give the quiz. And that's how I sort of felt you did there. But that's good. That's all good. I appreciate it. I enjoy talking about that stuff, by the way. I do enjoy it. So that is still, that's POE2. That's about where I'm at. I mean, she's doing okay. She has 49,000 spark damage. So not terrible. She's doing fine. I'll play her, I think, for another week or so and see how I feel, and then maybe, and then we'll put POE2 aside, I think, for a little while. Other than that, Elbin and Nutmeg, thank you very much. Also, thanks to Michael. Good to see you again. Unicycle, Peon Rob, Scott, Hoppy, and TV. Good to see you all again. come join us again, Albin. And that's it. You too. The rest of you also, by the way. And that's it. I will talk to you all later. Good night.